In this video, we're going to be looking at personality types using the Myers Briggs type indicator and how your personality type might impact on your income. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Eva Ford, social worker, mindset mentor, and coach. And on this channel, we talk about money, mindset, and motivation, all with the purpose of helping you live your richest life. Now, today, we're going to be talking about personality types. And this is such an exciting topic for me because as an ENFP, I love all things that are human development and self-awareness. So why take a personality test? Now, if you've never taken a personality test, now is a really good time to take one. Personality tests are awesome. They can help you figure out your best career in life. They can help you learn areas that you can improve on, your strengths and your weaknesses. And they give you kind of a blueprint and what to look out for when you're navigating life and you're looking for more satisfaction. So there are tons of personality tests. But my personal favorite, and the one I'm currently obsessed with, is the Myers Briggs type indicator, otherwise known as MBTI. Now, MBTI is based off the work of Carl Jung, and it was developed by a mother-daughter duo, Catherine Briggs and Isabella Myers. Now, together, they put together Carl Jung's work and came up with this indicator that categorizes everyone in the world into one of 16 personality types. Now, just to be clear, just because you might test very strong in one personality type over another doesn't mean that over time you can't change and adjust. What it just means is that all of us have natural preferences of how we prefer to see the world and experience and learn things. Just like naturally you're going to have a preference on whether or not you use your right hand over your left, all of us have preferences on how we see the world and how we interact, and the Myers-Briggs personality test helps us to get a clearer understanding of how each of us might do that. So why take a personality test? Studies show that there's about 70% of the entire world population that absolutely dreads their job, which is really unfortunate. And another percentage of people that just don't know what to do. So it's great to be able to have a tool like a personality test to give you some insight and awareness into who you actually are. And not just you, but also the people that you're interacting with and working with. Because when you have a better understanding of the people that you're connecting with and working with and getting into relationships with, you'll be able to understand where the pitfalls are and where your likely opportunities for success lie. Now, let's talk about the Myers-Briggs. So Myers-Briggs categorizes people into one of 16 personality types. Now, according to Carl Jung, people can be categorized by their preferences of general attitude, which would be extroverted or introverted, as well as their preference of one or two functions of perception, sensing or intuition, and their preference of judging, which would be thinking or feeling. Now, when Myers and Briggs came along, they added judging and perceiving as a fourth category to round out this personality assessment. So now, what does your personality type have to do with the amount of money you make, and why do some types earn more than others? A recent study by Truity.com found that there was a $22,000 on average pay gap between ESTJs and the lowest paid earners, INFPs. They also found out that when they looked at the data of very high earners, most of them fell into the extroverted thinking types. In fact, according to MBTI, personality types aligned with social service careers all had dominant feeling preferences over the thinking ones. And by comparison, people who were extroverted and had traits that corresponded to MBTI's judging and thinking preferences usually gravitated towards more managerial, technical, and legal careers like accounting and engineering, law, computer science, and the medical professions. Now, I really hope you've taken this test and you are clear on what your specific MBTI personality type is, because ST type tend to approach life and work objectively and analytically, and they're less interested in careers that require nurturing or attending to their growth and development, while SF and NF types tend to approach life and work in a more warm, people-oriented, and enthusiastic manner. And guess where most social workers, teachers, and clinicians fall? That's right, they're NFs or SFs, sensing, feeling, and intuitive feeling. Now, nobody on this channel is saying that just because your personality trait is an NF or an SF that you are doomed to a life of poverty or you can't make the amount of money that you want. Absolutely not. In fact, it's great to have this knowledge of your personality type, because it means that you can now kind of peek over into what those other high earner types are doing, where their strengths are, and we can learn from them. Now, I did some research of my own, and what I found was not only are SF and NF types the lower earners typically, but by and large, they're mostly women. That's right. SF and NF types are mostly made up of women in the world. And we can see the correlation between women in the helping professions and why we have so many women in the helping professions and other people in more leadership and managerial positions who tend to be male. So does this mean that you are doomed if you find yourself in this proverbial place of having strong SF or NF functions and also being a female? Absolutely not. Perish the thought. It means we can learn from these other ST types. We can learn things like how to negotiate a salary, how to ask for what we want and speak up and use our voice, and how to explain and share and show the value that we give, and how to help our employers see our worth. So it's not always about begging people to pay us more. It's about showing them what we can do. And the way that we do that better is by learning from personality types that already know how to do that really, really well. Now, if you are an SF or NF type, the great news is that you're always grounded, you're always leading from your heart with vision and intention, and we're the ones that actually keep ST types grounded and focused on what matters. So kudos to you. Now, if this topic is interesting to you and you want to hear more about how your personality type can impact your income and how you can leverage it to earn more money, let me know in the comments what you thought, and who knows, I could make a series out of this. There's no limit to what you can dream, be, do, or have, but it starts with your mindset. So make sure you have a rich one. Join my mailing list where I share more motivation and insight to help you live your richest life. Thanks for being here.